We at LAPO are committed to poverty eradication. We equally believe that the battle against poverty requires the effort of everyone.
Poverty is not just a statistics, it's a daily reality for millions of Nigerians. Good morning, I'm Patience Nauku Mwana. And this is Bridging the Gap, a program that comes to you from Lift Above Poverty organization LAPO. LAPO is a non-governmental, not-for-profit organization that is focused on the social, health and economic empowerment of the poor and vulnerable in our society. And on today's edition, we are going to be talking about SDG 1. Specifically, we are going to run a series on some of the SDGs, that's the Sustainable Development Goals. And so we are going to start with SDG 1 because it's focused on our work in LAPO. The SDG 1 talks about ending poverty in Nigeria. We're also going to be looking at SDG 3, which talks about health on this in our series. And today, like I said earlier, we'll be talking about SDG 1, ending poverty in Nigeria. And in 2015, the world leaders, they set the Sustainable Development Goals as a roadmap for a better future. Goal 1 is simple but is powerful. Goal 1 talks about to end poverty in all its forms by 2030. For Nigeria, this goal is urgent. Despite our vast resources, too many families still live below the poverty line, struggling with unemployment and limited access to basic needs. Achieving SDG 1 means giving every Nigerian the chance or the opportunity to live with dignity, security and hope for tomorrow. So on today's program, we are going to be looking at where we stand or where we are, the challenges ahead and what must be done to lift millions of Nigerians out of poverty. And to take on this program, the SDG 1 with me, I have Professor Felix Oriakhi from the Department of Political Science, Federal University, Utoki, Bayelsa State. Prof, you're welcome to this program.
Thank you, madam. Thank you.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So we'll be taking this, the first edition of, or the first series with Prof, and then as we go on, we will take the second series that's talking about health now, and then we'll move on to education and also agriculture. All right, Prof, to what extent has Nigeria integrated SDG 1 into its national and state level development policies and plans?
Well, we said the government at the three levels, federal, state and local government, have all been talking about the SDG 1, and these governments also claim that fighting poverty is a task, that is their responsibility. And so all sorts of policies have been introduced by different governments, starting from the federal government. They looked at poverty from a multidimensional perspective, as the United itself had recommended, that poverty in such a way that people have no access to basic things of life, have no access to housing, have no access even to food items, have no access to education and all that stuff. The United Nations itself, I mean, World Bank came out with what they call it, with matrix or with indexes of knowing is poor, that people who cannot spend $2 a day are poor. And then we have a report that said over 130 million Nigerians are dimensionally poor, in spite of all what government claims it has been doing. But let me say something before we look at government policies. Let us look at the ideological orientation of the so-called SDGs, which scholars have, particularly critical scholars have said, look, the SDG that is saying it wants to reduce poverty, it wants to fight poverty, even in the third world elsewhere. The policies themselves that the United Nations and all other global institutions are pursuing are already working against the poverty they want to reduce. Now, global governance institutions like the International Monetary Fund, World Bank, and all the rest are putting forward programs that actually promotes poverty in our countries, as well in third world nations, particularly advocating thoroughgoing free market economy and removing subsidy from basic government-sponsored items like fuel, like petroleum, and even from education and all that stuff. Now you say you are fighting poverty, but those ingredients for which we have reduced the poverty is what we are promoting, because in Africa or in Nigeria, we are weak, economically, and then so the items that people enjoy from government, we are withdrawing the subsidy. You can see, for example, since the withdrawal of fuel subsidy, how poverty has climbed up in Nigeria. But you see, so that is a contradiction. In the sense that you want to reduce poverty, you say you want to give money to the poor, but you are promoting policies and programs that contradict that effort.
How do we even monitor these programs? Yeah. Do we have, looking at or talking about the implementation now of these programs, how do they actually monitor the programs that, as the government now, do they monitor these programs that they run? And then, what is the level of the community participation and awareness in some of these
programs? That's another issue. The same monitor, yes, they are monitoring. They have the agencies that go to monitor and evaluate. They do. They have units and departments in government that monitors whatever program that is going on. Even where they receive grants or loan from abroad to implement the programs, they have people in departments that go to monitor, but what are they monitoring? That's the question. And even they monitor, the reports we are getting, does it address
yes, now, because most of these rural or community persons or community people, they don't even know what and what we are doing.
That is a problem. Now, like I told you, the poverty reduction program is imposed on our people, and there is no bottom, there is top bottom, because the ideas of most of our leaders, like I told you, are superimposed. So communities are cut off. Communities don't have the opportunity to say, this is what we need. This is so communities may need water, so we need light, so we need primary health center money. They're not called in. They're not invited to come and say this is what they want. So even the so-called donors, when donors bring funds, they tell you where to put the money and all that stuff, without allowing the communities to make their contributions to actually understand. So that's also a problem for the government. But again, some state governments, because we have to be careful, there are some sanity zones. There are some states that we are referred to as sanity zones. We hope that they begin to move towards that direction, where some governors are really taking time to look into the economic needs of their people and pushing resources towards that. There are some governors, we don't have to mention names here. If you look at it, we have in particular we call those people, those states, sanity zones, where some effort of governance is being seen. So it is not the case that we say they are not making an effort. They are, but we also say that if you really want to address poverty, get the community involved.
What are some of the strategies that you recommend that we could use to strengthen Nigerians' chances of achieving the SDG goal 1?
Well, I think government must put more resources into areas that actually affect the people. Government put more resources into education. Government put more resources into agriculture. Government put more resources into health. Government must tackle these poor infrastructural situation across the country, because if there are roads, if energy is there, if electricity functions, people have access to health care facilities, and then people will work. Nigerians are not asking you to come and feed them, and Nigerians are very hard working. You see them in the rain, you see them in the sun, hustling. But then when the infrastructure are not there, it becomes difficult for people to really excel. So I will suggest that government should put more resources in those key areas that affect the people. And not just putting more resources, like we said earlier, there should be enough evaluation and monitoring of those programs that they are promoting. And that's what I want to say, government should also promote technical education. In this country in the 70s, there were technical schools all over the place. Now, I think some government are talking about it now to revamp technical colleges. Yes. Because what it also means that young people will learn a lot of crafts, handwork, coupled with their academic work, theoretical work. So there should be very deliberate emphasis in promoting technical education and in encouraging our young people to acquire skills.
Thank you so much, Prof.
Thank you.
Thank you for taking our time to come on the program today.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. We've been talking about the ending or poverty in Nigeria, and that is the first SDG goal, the Sustainable Development Goal 1. We've been talking about the progress and challenges of achieving SDG 1, ending poverty in Nigeria. And while efforts are actually ongoing, we still have millions of people struggling on a daily basis to feed. The government must strengthen social protection and expand inclusive opportunities, but real progress actually requires all of us, citizens, civil society organizations. Real progress requires every hand to be on deck so that we will be able to lift ourselves out of poverty. That's why we draw the curtain on the program for today. And if you want to reach us, you can call the numbers on the screen. We'll be able to talk to you, or you will be able to talk to one of our clients' experience officers and get whatever information you need from us. Till we come away again, it's bye for now.